Chicago River winding its way through the heart of the Windy City. Our sight tonight. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, if you'll allow...
Great stuff as always, GA. Thanks. All right, Clark, old school lineups tonight, both sides anchored by great pivot men.
Kevin, I can hear the excitement in your voice, man, and I share that excitement when you see big guys that can go at it in old-school fashion. I love seeing that because we don't see it that much these days with all of the three-point shooting. We get to see big guys going to work in the paint. I love it.
Oh, look at the 76ers starting group.
Here we go.
Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Curry is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Green in at the 3. And for Chicago, Daniel Tice out there with Williams, and it's Vucevic, then it's Garrett Temple, and it's White in at the 1. Harris kicks to Green, right wing, it's stolen by Vucevic. To the middle, here's Williams, out to White, from outside the arc, Green with the rebound. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Knicks in New York.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. Green finds Embiid. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Curry. Here's Harris. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, you know, Harris is an active player. I mean, he's smooth and he's skilled, but he's also a guy that's got some grit and grind to him as well and gets in there and keeps possessions alive.
Now here's White. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York.
And Tobias Harris, a crusader for a cause that isn't talked about too much. He has a huge concern about sleep deprivation and the effects it has on athletes.
Yeah, you know what, Greg? While it's not talked about a lot, it is gaining ground in all kinds of circles, particularly in the world of sports, the whole sleep deprivation idea. And Harris is a guy who's conscientious and thoughtful. I love the fact that he's bringing this to his teammates' attention because it's critical. And he's certainly passionate about it. We'll see how much wind it gets with him speaking up on it. Hey, this big fella, Joel Embiid, you've got to guard him out at the three-point line. This guy has a nice stroke. You cannot sleep on him out there.
Now here's White, and you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Shots good by Simmons.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That's his first foul. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Embiid. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Danny Green. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Seth Curry. And it's Hill in for Simmons. Korkmaz checked in for the 76ers. The 3 from Valentine. Dwight Howard pulls it in. The 76ers leading by 3. And that one's good. Korkmaz.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Here's Valentine. No good on that one. Excellent D from Howard. Milton the pass to Thybulle. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And so it's Philadelphia bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And we spoke with Joel Embiid earlier. He hopes to set an example for those who want to follow in his footsteps.
Being from Africa, at the end of the day,
Well said. Certainly, Greg Embiid puts himself front and center, willing to lead the cause on and off the floor.
And this is where his big personality helps. He has a larger-than-life quality that really just captivates people.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Korkmaz is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then it's George Hill. Then there's Howard. And it's Milton in at the two-guard spot. Maxey's checked in for the 76ers. Hill against Satoransky. Passes it to Maxey. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things, never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic, he's checked in for Young. Williams comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Garrett Temple has checked in for Denzel Valentine. And it's Kobe White in for Satoransky. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Tobias Harris comes in for Matisse Thybulle. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Korkmaz. And Curry subbed in for George Hill. And Markkanen throws it down.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
In the corner, it's Harris. And he makes that one.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
No good on that one.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Danny Green, he's checked in for Maxey. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Curry's shot is good.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Here's Temple and Embiid with the block.
You look at this combination of reach and timing, it makes Embiid a superb shot blocker.
The 76ers leading by 18. Harris with it. Now defended by Markkanen. There's Green with the three. The shot off that time. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to New York.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
And both free throws good for White.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Simmons dishes to Harris. And the wide open shot from Green. They grab their own miss.
Boy, Embiid wants to own the inside on both sides of the floor. He is a force in the paint and relishes hitting those boards.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. And we know that Joel Embiid is one of the best centers in the league. Shaq, I asked, and
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
They've got Garrett Temple. Vucevic is out there with Daniel Tice. Then it's Williams. And it's White in at the point. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half.
A precision passer, Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
Williams for 3. Here's Tice. And stolen by Simmons. White against Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 8 points for Tobias Harris.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Pass to Embiid.
Come to me.
Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Satoransky's checked in for the Bulls. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Joel Embiid. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Green. Maxey's checked in for Curry. And George Hill's subbed in for Ben Simmons.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Wasted no time on that one. Thybulle's got 7 points in the game. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
The pass to Harris. It's back to Hill. Howard in the post, working on Williams. Howard finds Hill. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
They're getting outworked on the glass, and those second-chance buckets have devastated their defense.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops. That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Simmons inside the line. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Philadelphia in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. Taking a look at the 76ers. Ben Simmons is out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Howard. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Korkmaz in at the 3, the small forward. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. To the left side wing. Howard trying to free himself up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And how about the defensive impact Embiid has on the floor? He's a great rim protector who can swipe an errant pass every so often.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's just so big. He's mammoth. I mean, he's not only tall and long, he's deep, too. He's a thick guy. So he's an excellent rim protector, discourages inside attempts at a high rate, clogs up the paint. That length is a huge asset. And then his foot movement, his agility for a guy of his size is pretty impressive, too.
You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with his play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
And here are the Bulls now. Pass to Valentine. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
Philadelphia dictating the flow. 1:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Embiid drives in. Outside for Simmons. Now Milton. Clock at 6. Tries again, and Embiid lays it in. 17 points for Joel Embiid.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And just breaking the spirit of their opponent. 3 straight times this year, this win is going to give them a perfect 3-0 record with 1 left to be played on the season against the Bulls.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Joel Embiid.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Valentine kicks to Aminu.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Outside, Simmons passes it to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.